I've painted for like 2-3 hours on this one piece. I'm going to put it down because I'm not sure if I'm getting the right look on it. And I'll come back to it a day later with fresh, and it's like, oh, that's what's wrong, and I need to fix that.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're talking about how art, when you're doing art, you should step back from it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, because, like...
Even for an hour, or maybe, you know, a whole day if you've got the luxury of doing that.
Yeah, because well, so, like, when I've been editing this show and doing stuff for the show, I've always thought of it as like, he can't jump over here. Ha 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 ha! Can he? Oh,
he can do that.
Oh, he can do that though. I've been like editing it, and at the end of these episodes, there's you've probably seen it. It's the whole fucking subscribe picture of me holding a trash bag where you have to click on garbage to subscribe because you're subscribing to garbage.
Woo.
But secret. There's no more secrets, is there?
I don't think there is.
Because you said there's only 3.
I think there's only 3.
So, and it, you know, I've been thinking about the YouTube work as like, oh, it's just editing a gameplay show. People totally play down gameplay shows and say that it's easy as shit. And like, okay, we can sit here for a few hours and record like a couple of weeks worth of content and we get, haha, the victor. You know, we have like a week's worth of
we
stuff.
have the raw footage.
Yeah, and like, yeah, editing it isn't hard. You just go through it, and I like usually listen to the show and try and add some bits in, like other shows do. It's not, you know, it's not original. It's ding dong ding. But the stuff I've been doing that just takes time because you do it and you have to just sit there and wait and then review it a bit.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do something quick and then like you with your art. You don't want to just do something and then be like, okay, done. This was fine. Fuck. He's running
because sometimes you can push it a bit more, and it's fine goes to it's great now. Like
but that pushing a bit more, you have to step back.
Yeah.
And then wait, and then you have a fresher view.
Yeah.
Then you could just do a little thing to it, that would add to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the value of the time you put in. If you'd taken that bit of time just after already drawing it, you know, the time you're putting in wouldn't have as much value because you wouldn't have the fresh perspective.
Yeah.
It's like how does this guy come and get me? It's just like where to spend time, where to take breaks, and that combination of time spent working and time spent having breaks, where that gives you the most value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's a popular idea in art that you should like spend 12 hours doing something, which is good because you do need to do that sometimes.
There's no secret here.
But like, there's also this idea that taking breaks are bad.
Where does that come from?
It's just that. Well,
that's just come from the fucking workhouse.
Yeah, well, it's like the concept art world that has come from.
What, taking breaks is bad?
Yeah, they want because like, oh, you got to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. But like,
is that the people doing the art saying that, or just the people who want the art?
Yeah, the people doing the art as well.
Okay.
But so and if you are in a high flying, like you're doing movie concept art and stuff like that,
do they don't take short breaks or don't take long breaks? Or
they just don't take breaks. Well, they do, but they don't take breaks. Like, they're working like 12, 14 hours a day.
That's crafty. You should take.
But in the long run, that's going to kill you. Like,
yeah, man, you should take breaks often.
Because you can't get perspective on what you're doing. But that's an entertainment medium, and they need the things that day.
You could paint yourself into a corner if you don't take breaks. Okay, well, this. But
like, you know, if you're doing personal work, for example, which is a completely different thing to like doing a commission.
Yeah, I mean, during your personal work, you're trying to develop yourself.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and you need the balance where you need to have the perspective to do the personal work, and then if you're doing commissions or client work or whatever, then you need to know when to go fast because it's the balance between.
No, why couldn't I go down?
Yeah, maybe you can just use. Maybe it's just where you used to get up the scrap. Because it's the balance of like you've got to have enough time if you have the luxury to step back from a client piece as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's balancing that between the deadline because sometimes you just run out of time and you got to get it done.
That's why I never do client shit.
Yeah.
Like I've never done that and I can't and I don't like it. I mean the only stuff I've ever done that you would consider client work, and I suppose I've done a couple of pieces of it, but I've never enjoyed it. Is like stuff for people's birthdays.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's not enjoyable like doing your own stuff, but also it's quite an interesting position to put yourself in because it's testing your comfort levels, which I think is a good thing to do.
What do you mean testing comfort levels?
Like
you mean challenging your comfort zone?
Yeah,
Okay.
because like I get given stuff that I wouldn't usually do.
Okay.
So it's also a challenge for me to figure.
I can go down.
It's also figuring that stuff out that I wouldn't usually challenge myself to do,
Like
which is a
what?
good like. Well, this one I'm doing at the moment is like a full-on like landscape sort of. You know, it's got multiple characters in it, which is what I want to do eventually. But I realized while I've been doing it that I've been putting off doing it because it's a big challenge.
Okay.
And it's
Because
actually
it's got a lot of elements to compose in the piece. Okay.
and
you usually been doing pinup style of things?
well, usually just doing
you'll go
portraits
fight.
and characters. Because
Yeah.
I really like doing characters, but I also wanted to put the characters in an environment. But I haven't been doing as many environments because perspective's quite a difficult thing for me to figure out, and I'm still figuring it out.
See, here's the thing about that whole. So perspective in artwork is like a big deal. It's like, I can't get you. Is that going to open the door? What's that? That's the flintlock. Do you think, or is that the?
Maybe it's for the lift.
I think
it's
might be
the well.
the well. What do you think? Is it going to push me all the way up now? No. That one did the lift? Do you think I can jump on the lift as it goes up?
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah! Look at that!
Oh, awesome.
Wow. So those two, they already had a fight. They're having the fight now.
But I think that's turned
It did this one. There we go.
Oh, okay.
What were we talking about? Oh, perspective.
Yeah.
So, like, that whole perspective thing, it's never been a problem for me because, I mean, I've drawn for a while, yeah, sure. Like, people can still draw since they were kids and have trouble with perspective. But what I enjoyed doing a lot is, like, I loved my graphic design lessons in GCSE.
Yeah.
Well, that was the flintlock that opens the door.
Yeah.
And those graphic design lessons were just drawing perspective.
Oh, right.
You know, and it's like we literally have lessons on doing like 3-point perspective or whatever.
Yeah.
But even then, I kind of already knew. Basically, when we had those lessons, it was telling us what those things even were.
Yeah.
But I knew what they were. I knew how to do them because I'd done them as a kid. So during those lessons, I could just like, it was just flexing that.
Yeah.
And just gonna check for secrets. It was just flexing that. So like, I just got really good at drawing complete freehand perspective.
Yeah.
I could just do whatever perspective. It's like, yeah, I could just do perspective that was better than. Not that I'm trying to say I'm better than other people. I'm saying the perspective work I was doing then was better freehand than other people would do with rulers and shit measuring it out. So like, I just got really into, and I got like an A+ in graphic design. It's like the best I've ever done in anything because I'm shit in everything else. I got a D in drama, and I was like, no, I got an A in GCSE. Then for A level, I got a D. And I was just trying to like make light of it by going, I got a D for drama because it's like, you know, D drama, same letter. You know, I got that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like no, I got an A in arithmetic.
But I do struggle with perspective. But I can tell I'm getting better with it.
You just have to do it.
Yeah,
Joe struggles with perspective too.
It is one of the. But I know as soon as I get better at it, it's going to help my work so much.
We've done the whole of Scribania.
We have. We got the nest.
We finished Scribania. Fuck off Scribania.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is the nest. Oh no. I mean, I totally get it. It's a huge. Joe struggles with perspective too, and in fact, here's the thing. Jost does really good illustrative stuff.
Yeah, I love her stuff.
It's beautifully nuanced and like I think she has an amazing style. What is this? That brought me in, didn't it?
Oh, this is where you can check the level before you run through it.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Should we go for a walk?
Yeah, if you want. It allows us to talk while.
Okay, and I just want to approach this as it comes. I don't want to have to check it. I don't want to, but I can't go back.
No.
Oh no. I mean, but Jost really struggles with perspective, and it's like I can't. The drawings I do, so the drawings for this channel, they're all drawn by me, and like they're okay. I like them. I don't. It's the coloring is very basic.
Yeah.
I know it's black and white because, and the reason it's black and white is for a couple of reasons. It's because it's more iconic. So like we've got to get all the way through this level.
Yeah.
Can I go that way? No. What's over here? Oh,
Just to get back
is it
in.
just going to send me over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to be able to talk very much after this. So what was my point? Oh, yeah. I've always been okay with perspective, but I've never really had a good illustrative style, and I've always struggled with making stuff look like I can't draw cartoony. I can't draw porn.
Yeah.
Because nothing I draw looks sexy.
Yeah.
Like, so I can't do that, and there's people who have good illustrative styles where they draw porn, it's like it looks sexy.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people who have an in between where they have perfect perspective and a wonderful illustrative style.
Yeah.
But it's because they choose some things to be symbols instead of actual. But I draw everything out as if it's an actual 3D object.
Yeah.
So the thing for me is like, it may not look so good illustratively, but if I draw a thing, it looks like it's there.
It feels grounded. Yeah. And that's an important thing for comics, I think.
Yeah, which is why I fucking love drawing comics, man. This is supposed to be really hard. Yeah, it is hard.
But it is a hard thing, especially if you've like shied away from doing it.
What were you Yeah, Joe's right. That's another thing with Joe's. She was saying like, oh, I'll avoid perspective and just like as a kid.
Yeah.
I'll avoid perspective and get really good at like rendering, which she is.
Yeah.
And like nowadays, it's like I thought I could just be good at rendering and get away with it, but now I've got to learn perspective and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of growth in general with art. It's just like, all right, I suck at this. I've just got to be like really hot. I've just got to suck up the pain and do it.
Yeah,
like,
man. So like, but I think for perspective, you can learn the perspective.
You can learn it. I think you can learn most stuff, but you'll be better at some things.
But there's actual techniques for perspective where you can shamelessly use the techniques to practice. Like, there's a method to it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no... I mean, there are methods to having a good illustrative style.
Yeah.
But it's copying people.
Yeah, eventually you're going to get something if you just keep doing art, and eventually, like, once you learn how to do something, like, you start developing shortcuts to the way things are doing, and then there's shortcuts you do, like, you know, the way you draw noses is because you studied a lot of noses and looked at noses. And you really like drawing noses
because I fucking love.
But your noses are always really different on your characters. Like are
you sure? Because I always think I'm drawing the same fucking.
I don't think you are, but like because like
okay,
like I know you think about what noses to give you characters, which is something not a lot of people think about.
Yeah, but that is all down to just my obsession with women with big noses.
Yeah, but you know that's a thing though that it's helped shape your giving your character's character.
So my character designs have character because I have a thing for women that have, let's say it, Jew noses.
Yeah.
I think I can't use that lift. That's why I keep dying. I keep trying to use that lift.
So you have to go up it, like climbing.
Yeah. And
then the scrap follows up using the lift, I think. But
it's look at the little spin dash.
Yeah.
But it's the same for me. Like, I focused on perspective stuff and shied away from illustrative stuff. Like, really, I should be confronting that.
Yeah.
And I should be working on that, but I don't. I always find something else to do that is a distraction. That's like make hats for a living and like do a show and do YouTube videos. But
do you think like doing all that 3D with the hats and stuff has helped your sense of form?
Shit.
Like realizing form in 3D as when you're drawing it.
What do you mean? Are you saying has the 3D helped the drawing, or has the drawing helped the 3D?
Yeah. Well, I think both really. It helped both, or. I know you said you felt like your drawing was rusty, but
my drawing felt totally rusty when I'd done a lot of 3D work.
Yeah, but did it?
I think the drawing informs the 3D work more than the 3D work informs the drawing.
Okay. Because I do know people who are really good at 3D, but they can't draw.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, 3D work was really mechanical.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a really. I can't think of another word for mechanical.
Craft.
It's
skill.
No. By mechanical, I mean like you make a box, you extrude the box, you eventually turn that, and you try and turn boxes and triangles into fucking
shapes. Yeah.
Like into characters. You know. I think we can just go. Yeah. So these nests.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't really like 3D when I did it because
What did you do? Oh, 3D.
Yeah. Like,
Because we both were introduced to 3D at the same time. Well, actually...
You didn't really like 3D when you first introduced to it.
Well, okay, that's because I wasn't introduced to it properly.
Yeah, we weren't introduced to it properly.
I did some 3D in high school first. We had, like, CAD stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So in those graphic designs lessons, like, we could still extrude boxes. It was, oh no, I'm not paying attention! Good job, there's a checkpoint. But yeah, like, here's the thing, if anyone's trying to do 3D for the first time, and you're not picking it up, and someone's trying to teach you, yeah, there's actually the possibility that the person teaching you, it's just not being taught in a method that connects with the way you learn, or the way you think. Because for me, so like when we started, it was like, make a hand from a box. Start with a, oh god.
Well, yeah, and that's...
Start with a box, extrude the things out, and cut the faces until it becomes a hand. I hated that. That didn't meld in my mind.
But it does work for some people.
It does work for some people. That totally works. And, you know, if it didn't work for people, I guess that wouldn't be the typical method for teaching it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I couldn't. The way I worked was I start with a flat shape, and I extrude the edges out as if you're smoothing paper mache around an object.
Yeah.
So, like, the object is... Oh, they're open forever now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you've got to hop to the middle.
Oh, God. Remember when this took me ages on the last... Fuck. What? What?
Well, that's part of the reason I didn't draw for 10 years, was because when I got to high school...
Oh, God.
The teacher in high school art was like, you can't do that anymore.
Do what anymore?
Like, so when I got to high school, I drew a lot as a kid.
Okay.
Played a lot of video games. So
did I finish my point about 3D first? Oh, it was the paper mache.
Yeah. And and I'm relating it to how I learned to draw. I didn't draw for 10 years because I thought, my teacher was like, you can't draw those barbarians and stuff I was doing at the time, like warriors and stuff, because because there's no market for it.
What?
So
how do you fucking know markets? Markets change.
But I was 12, wasn't I? So like,
there's no market for what you're doing.
And this was an old woman. I'm like, well, she's an artist, so she must knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And then they saying you can't draw those interesting warriors that you really like now. Draw this shoe. Now I know now why you're drawing a shoe from real life, but they didn't explain to me.
Yeah, but if there's no market for warriors, there's a market for shoes.
Yeah, but this is the thing. But like as a 12-year-old, you don't factor that in. So then for years...
No, I know that the drawing shoes just improves your visual spatial scratch pad awareness.
But they didn't tell you that. They just put it in front of you. Like, no drawing those men with the swords now. Draw this shoe. As a 12-year-old boy, you're like, but shoes?
Yeah.
This isn't a man with an axe. But like, it's that way of teaching people, patronising kids. Like, if you just tell them why you're teaching it them, this will... Like, she said to me, this will help you draw... Those barbarians you like drawing better.
Yeah, but but didn't explain basically any drawing from
life,
from a primary source, not a photo, a real thing. So like we've got a freaking table full of Skylanders in front of us. You know that would be great for someone wanting to draw, like a kid who wanted to draw, because they could sit and draw the Skylander figures. Yeah. On paper from looking at them directly at the figure, and I'm not going to be able to do this shit.
You will.
Because that's teaching your brain. It's like it builds connections in your brain of how to convert like actual visual information from it's different from photos, because photos are. It's not that it's flat. Well, it is because it's flat. You know, the camera is doing the perspective work for you.
A lot of it is, well, with photos, it's more lighting as well. Like, a camera can't pick up what your eye can pick up.
Yeah.
And especially with shadows, like, shadows have a lot of colour in them. And photos don't show that.
They have a lot more depth than it actually has. Like, having the two eyeballs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm finding it hard to explain. But, any drawing from you looking at a thing in real life and putting onto paper, that improves any drawing, and it improves your 3D modeling skills. Yeah. But just drawing from your mind, that just improves your how you take the information from real life and combine it together in the fucking idea smasher that is your mind into... we're done. We're done. Right. Into how to combine the memories of those forms and combine them and generate and turn them into symbols.
Yeah.
You know? But if all you're doing is drawing from your mind, trying to generate symbols, right?
Yeah.
You have no information to combine to create those symbols.
Yeah, and conversely, if you're only drawing from life and from pictures,
you have no experience.
This is what I was struggling with for a while because I didn't know how to draw from my memory.
Is there a secret over there?
So I started forcing myself to draw from memory, even if they were horrible drawings.
Yeah.
And like I've only been doing that for about a year.
What do you mean?
Well, when we were at college, I struggled to draw from my head, so I didn't do it that often.
Okay.
I was always using reference because I was told.
But we're using reference as photos.
I was using reference, but not understanding how to use reference. I was just copying the reference and trying to hide it behind stuff.
Oh, okay. So now.
So instead of trying to draw my own characters, I had to look for a pose and then draw the character in place of the pose, rather than drawing the character and then if the pose is off, correcting it with reference.
Okay.
I was basing the whole thing around the reference, rather than getting the reference after you've drawn something initially and then thought, okay, that doesn't look right, let's reference it.
What the heck's this area?
This is the final bit where you get up to the top there.
What do you mean? Is there anything here? Is there anything special here, or is this
No,
just
this is
like
just
a
you
little
getting
breather?
up to. It's getting you up to the place where you get the.
Is this just a breather?
Yeah, it's just up here. So
this, I know, but like this particular level is just a bit of relaxing after that high intensity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you're getting up here.
What's in this well doesn't turn on until
after, I think.
Okay. Do you want to finish a point? Because I think it's going to play a little scene.
Yeah. I was saying like if you only draw from life and photos, but you don't draw from memory, because then you're not applying what you learned from life. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like if you say for example you want to draw a dude in armor, if you have access to real life armor, study the armor, or a guy wearing an armor, and then later on in the day put away the reference and try and draw what you did from memory, but like draw whatever it is and take what you saw.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
What's happening?
And I've improved a lot more from doing that, applying that perspective rather than just studying stuff for the sake of studying.
What's happening? So Abe's getting. Huh? I don't trust this guy. Come here now. So he has the branding of the Scrab now
on his
hand. So he has half the power.
Yeah.
And then I guess this maybe the same thing happens when you get the other one, the Spiderland, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll go into that Spiderland, I think, in another Hearts Bros 2.
We will.
Yeah. And
we're back in the Monsaic Lines.
The Monsaic Lines?
Yeah, that's what this area is called.
No. Anyway, so we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for sticking with us for this quite heavy talking about artwork. Probably didn't cover any points very well,
but
we covered them well enough.
But if you have any questions about that, just post in the thing and we'll try and respond.
Yeah, man. Like we've both been through shit with art. If you have questions, just ask. Who cares? So did we come out of here?
Yeah, we did.
So
no, actually, I think we ported in there.
We came out of the hole.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you in the next thing.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.